Hello, Los Angeles Dodgers fans. We've got fresh, exclusive videos and the latest updates just for you. Before we dive in, make sure to join our channel and hit that like button. This is the best way to stay on top of all the breaking news. The Los Angeles Dodgers are standing at a crossroads that feels unusually tense, even for a team that has been accustomed to contending for years. The National League West race has never been easy, but this season, the intensity is taken on a new dimension. After a series against the San Diego Padres that exposed some cracks in their armor, the Dodgers have found themselves in a situation that forces them to look at every game with a level of seriousness that hasn't been required for a while. Superstar Mookie Betts, known for his combination of skill, focus, and leadership, has spoken candidly about what this stretch of the season means for both him and his teammates. Betts, in conversation on a podcast with his all-star teammate Will Smith, acknowledged the pressure that comes with being tied with the Padres at the top of the division. But rather than seeing it as a burden, he frames it as an opportunity. He pointed out that, early in his career with Los Angeles, he witnessed seasons where the Dodgers won the division well before the final weeks of the schedule, only to find themselves ousted in the playoffs earlier than anyone expected. Those early exits left lessons in their wake. Lessons that Betts now believes will serve the team well in October if they embrace the pressure of this tight race. The message is clear. The tension of the present moment can spark a fire that prepares a team for the ultimate challenge, the postseason. This perspective isn't abstract for Betts. It's shaped by experience. His first season with the Dodgers in 2020 culminated in a World Series championship, a moment that immediately cemented his place in Los Angeles history. However, the subsequent 3 seasons, despite immense regular season success, failed to produce the same October glory. In 2021, the Dodgers racked up an astonishing 106 wins, yet the San Francisco Giants claimed the division, and Los Angeles' postseason was cut short by the eventual World Series champions, the Atlanta Braves, led at the time by future Dodger, Freddie Freeman. The following season, 2022, saw the Dodgers reclaim the National League West with an incredible 111 wins. But the triumph of the regular season ended in disappointment as the San Diego Padres eliminated them in the division series. Even in 2023, a season featuring 100 wins once again, the Dodgers' division success was overshadowed by an early exit at the hands of the Arizona Diamondbacks, who went on to claim the National League pennant. Betts' assessment is grounded in this history. He understands that late-season divisional battles can ignite a competitive spark in a team, and that this spark is exactly what Los Angeles needs to carry momentum into the playoffs. Yet, despite his leadership and example, the fire isn't fully visible across the roster. With roughly 5 weeks remaining until the postseason, the Dodgers face the challenge of reshaping their mindset, of finding consistency and intensity in every inning they play, so that they can transform potential into actual success. Individually, Betts has responded to adversity with determination. After a slow start in August, including a 5-game stretch without a hit, he has rebounded impressively, hitting over 323 with an OPS of .830 in his last 16 games. It is this ability to overcome slumps and maintain focus that exemplifies why he is not only a star player, but also a stabilizing presence for a team under pressure. However, the challenges facing Los Angeles aren't confined to the lineup. The Dodgers' pitching staff, particularly their bullpen, has faced its own trials. Heading into the season, the team boasted a star-studded bullpen that included established names like Blake Treinen, Alex Vesia, Evan Phillips, Ben Kasparius, Buster Graterol, Michael Kopech, and Anthony Bonda. Additions like Kirby Yates and Tanner Scott were meant to deepen an already formidable roster. But as August rolled around, an unexpected hero emerged. Jack Dreyer, a 26-year-old rookie, has become one of the most reliable arms in the pen. With a 3.03 ERA over 52 appearances, Dreyer has provided a level of consistency that the Dodgers sorely needed, stepping up amidst injuries and lineup changes to become a cornerstone of the bullpen's effectiveness. Dreyer's contributions are noteworthy not only because of the numbers, but because of the situations he has handled. Whether opening games, pitching in the middle innings, or closing out tight contests, he has demonstrated the poise and professionalism of a veteran, despite being in his first year in the majors. Batters are hitting under 200 against his four-seam fastball and just over 200 against his slider, a testament to the control, deception, and movement he generates from an unconventional arm slot. In a team that has endured multiple injuries to key relievers, including Scott, Yates, Phillips, Kopech, Stewart, Grove, and Gratterall, Dreyer has become indispensable, keeping the Dodgers competitive in games where every run and every out matters. As the season moves closer to its climax, the combination of Betts' leadership and Dreyer's emergence offers a blueprint for how Los Angeles might navigate the remaining schedule. It is a season that has tested them, forced them to confront pressure, adversity, and unexpected challenges. But it is also a season filled with potential, where the lessons learned from narrow losses, slumps, and tight division races can become the foundation for a deep postseason run. Every at-bat, every pitch, every defensive play now carries weight, and the Dodgers are tasked with harnessing the intensity of this moment to ensure that when October arrives, they're not just participants, but true contenders. Even beyond the statistics and records, this stretch of the season is shaping the character of the team. Veteran stars like Betts provide guidance, teaching younger players and rookies like Dreyer how to manage high-pressure situations. The culture of a team is forged in moments like these, when the division is on the line, when each game could determine playoff positioning, and when every error, hit, or strikeout can shift momentum. For Los Angeles, understanding the stakes and responding with focus and execution will determine whether the lessons of past seasons, where regular season dominance did not translate into October success, will finally translate into triumph. The Dodgers' journey this season is more than just a collection of wins and losses. It is a test of resilience, of mental toughness, and of the ability to rise above adversity. Players like Betts, who can perform under pressure and inspire those around him, and Dreyer, who has emerged as an unexpected yet vital contributor, illustrate the depth and character of this roster. Together, they exemplify the blend of talent, experience, and determination that defines championship-caliber teams. Each remaining game in this stretch is an opportunity to refine strategies, reinforce teamwork, and build the momentum necessary to contend when it matters most. Enter Jack Dreyer, a 26-year-old rookie who, until this point, had existed largely in the shadows of more heralded pitchers. His rise has been nothing short of remarkable. Over 52 appearances, logging more than 62 innings, Dreyer has posted a 3.03 ERA, numbers that tell only part of the story. His impact goes far beyond the statistics. He has become a reliable anchor, a pitcher whom the coaching staff can trust to enter high-pressure situations, whether it is in the 7th inning of a tied game, the middle of a critical series, or the 9th inning when every out carries weight. Dreyer has shown an ability to adapt to different roles seamlessly. He has opened games, closed games, and handled situations that would challenge the most seasoned veterans. The professionalism he demonstrates on a daily basis is remarkable, particularly for a player in his first year at the major league level. What makes Dreyer's story so compelling is not just his statistical success, but the way he has transformed the Dodgers' bullpen culture. The team has endured multiple injuries to key relievers: Tanner Scott, Kirby Yates, Evan Phillips, Michael Kopech, Brock Stewart, Michael Grove, and Buster Gratterall have all spent time on the shelf at various points. Despite this, Los Angeles has remained competitive, staying atop the division while navigating a patchwork bullpen. Dreyer's emergence has been central to this success. His performance has alleviated pressure on other pitchers, allowing them to recover without jeopardizing the team's standing. He has brought stability to a unit that, on paper, appeared almost untouchable, yet in reality needed someone to rise to the occasion when called upon. Dreyer's pitching style itself has been a revelation. While he does not rely on overwhelming velocity, averaging roughly 92 miles per hour on his fastball, he compensates with precision, movement, and a unique arm slot that creates deception. Hitters struggle against his four-seam fastball, batting under 190 against it, and his slider has similarly frustrated opponents, holding them to just over 200. The depth and angle he achieves with his secondary pitch have made him exceptionally difficult to square up, forcing batters into weak contact or swings and misses. Despite being essentially a two-pitch pitcher, his ability to limit hard contact and induce favorable outcomes has made him an indispensable tool for the Dodgers pitching staff. Beyond individual performance, Dreyer's impact has also been psychological. Having a reliever whom the team can rely on in critical moments instills confidence throughout the roster. Position players approach at-bats knowing that if they need a late-inning comeback, there is a pitcher on the mound capable of handling the pressure. Starters can manage their workloads more effectively, and the overall strategy of the team becomes more flexible. Dreyer's contributions highlight how a single player, even a rookie, can shape the trajectory of a season, especially for a team chasing both divisional supremacy and postseason success. The Dodgers' bullpen story dovetails perfectly with Mookie Betts' narrative. While Betts leads by example on the field, Dreyer exemplifies quiet consistency, showing that preparation, adaptability, and resilience are as critical as raw talent. Together, they embody the duality of the team's approach: veteran leadership guiding young talent, high-profile stars complemented by unsung heroes stepping up when it matters most. In a division as competitive as the NL West, this balance is essential. The Padres, Giants, and other rivals are formidable, and the margin for error is slim. Every game, every inning, every pitch could define playoff positioning. The Dodgers must leverage every advantage, and a combination of Betts' clutch performance and Dreyer's emergence offers exactly that. As the season winds down, attention naturally turns to the psychological battle. Baseball is as much a mental game as it is physical, and navigating the pressures of a tight division race tests even the most experienced players. Betts' reflections about the intensity helping prepare the team for October are a reminder of this truth. The Dodgers have faced adversity before, experiencing seasons where regular season dominance did not translate into October triumph. This year, the lessons of the past, early playoff exits, tight losses, and high-stakes games, are being applied in real time. The ability to convert pressure into performance is critical, and every member of the roster is being challenged to rise to the occasion. Even as attention focuses on stars like Betts or emerging talents like Dreyer, the narrative of the Dodgers this season is one of depth, resilience, and adaptation. It is about how a team responds when injuries strike, when streaks falter, and when the stakes reach their peak. Each pitcher, hitter, and fielder must play their role perfectly, not only for individual success, but for the collective goal of returning Los Angeles to the pinnacle of the National League. The synergy between veterans and rookies, between marquee stars and quietly dominant contributors, is what can ultimately separate a contender from champion. The remaining games of the season serve as a proving ground. The Dodgers are under a microscope, with every decision scrutinized and every outcome magnified. Pitching rotations, bullpen usage, lineups, and strategic decisions all become even more consequential as the postseason looms. Players like Betts and Dreyer carry not just their individual responsibilities, but also the weight of expectation for their teammates and the city they represent. Their performance is a reflection of preparation, adaptability, and resilience, and their ability to rise to the occasion will define the narrative of this season. In many ways, the Dodgers' story this year is emblematic of baseball itself, a sport of nuance, strategy, and small margins that collectively determine the outcome of entire seasons. Each at-bat, each pitch, and each defensive play contributes to a larger tapestry, one where preparation meets opportunity, and where individuals rise to shape the destiny of the team. The combination of leadership from established stars, unexpected brilliance from rookies, and the relentless pursuit of excellence makes the Dodgers' journey one of the most compelling narratives in the league. It is a story of perseverance, adaptation, and the relentless drive to convert potential into achievement, setting the stage for what could be a defining October for the franchise. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. Whispers have begun circulating in the world of sports after Joe Davis, a prominent voice in baseball broadcasting, reportedly made disparaging remarks about the Los Angeles Dodgers, sending shockwaves through the fan base and the league alike. Sources close to the situation suggest that Davis's comments were delivered during a private conversation, which somehow found its way into public discourse, igniting intense speculation and heated debates among analysts, fans, and former players. While the exact phrasing of Davis's criticism has not been fully disclosed, insiders claim that it touched on both managerial decisions and team culture, implying a disconnect between the team's current approach and the expectations set by its storied history. Observers have noted that such statements from a respected broadcaster are highly unusual, as figures like Davis typically maintain a careful balance between critique and neutrality, particularly when covering high-profile teams such as the Dodgers. The reaction on social media has been swift and polarizing, with some fans condemning Davis for what they perceive as an unfair attack on a franchise with decades of achievement, while others express cautious agreement, suggesting that the Dodgers' recent struggles warrant honest commentary. Meanwhile, speculation is rife regarding how the Dodgers organization itself may respond, given that public criticism from media figures can sometimes influence internal morale, negotiations with players, or even front office decisions, creating a ripple effect that reaches far beyond the initial remark. Industry insiders are reporting that the timing of Joe Davis's alleged comments could not have been more sensitive, as the Dodgers are in a critical phase of both season planning and long-term strategic alignment. Analysts suggest that Davis's critiques, if accurately reported, may exacerbate tensions already present among fans and sports commentators, many of whom have been scrutinizing the team's roster decisions, player development strategies, and in-game tactical choices. The speculation centers not only on the content of Davis's words, but also on the implications of a broadcaster of his stature openly questioning the operational competence of one of Major League Baseball's most visible franchises. While some commentators argue that such scrutiny is part of the natural discourse surrounding elite teams, others warn that public disparagement from media figures could foster an environment of distrust between journalists and team personnel. Rumors continue to swirl about whether Davis intended for his comments to reach a broader audience or whether the leak was an accidental consequence of a casual conversation, further intensifying the intrigue. Fans and pundits alike are dissecting every nuance of his statement, interpreting subtle linguistic cues and the tone of his delivery to assess whether it was constructive criticism or a pointed attack, highlighting the high stakes associated with media commentary in professional sports, where perception can sometimes overshadow performance. As the narrative unfolds, speculation has also turned toward the potential reactions from the players themselves, many of whom have historically relied on broadcasters to fairly portray their efforts and team dynamics. Sources indicate that locker room chatter may be increasingly influenced by the notion that a prominent voice like Joe Davis has publicly questioned the Dodgers' decision-making and commitment to excellence. Rumors suggest that some players could feel demoralized, perceiving the critique as an external judgment that undermines their hard work, while others might welcome it as a form of accountability from a respected authority in the sport. The media ecosystem surrounding Major League Baseball is particularly sensitive to statements made by prominent broadcasters, and any perceived bias or negativity can trigger a cascade of responses, including editorials, podcasts, and social media campaigns both defending and condemning the remarks. Analysts note that the situation is further complicated by the Dodgers' high profile and the passionate investment of their fan base, whose reactions can oscillate between protective loyalty and critical analysis. Meanwhile, sports gossip channels are abuzz with speculation regarding whether Davis will issue a clarification or apology, adding another layer of intrigue, as fans attempt to predict how the narrative might influence future coverage, team morale, and even player performance, with each passing day magnifying the uncertainty surrounding the situation. Behind the scenes, whispers within sports media suggest that the Dodgers front office is closely monitoring the fallout from Joe Davis's alleged comments, evaluating both the immediate impact on team image and the long-term implications for media relations. Insiders hint that executive discussions may involve strategizing ways to mitigate potential damage, ranging from controlled media responses to subtle reinforcement of the team's public messaging and culture. The dynamic between broadcasters and teams has always been delicate, and when a respected voice like Davis expresses skepticism or criticism, it can prompt a complex recalibration of relationships, trust, and public perception. Meanwhile, sports analysts and gossip columnists continue to dissect Davis's history, looking for patterns in his commentary that might suggest a predisposition toward critique of certain franchises or styles of play. This ongoing scrutiny only fuels the rumor mill, as fans, former players, and commentators speculate on whether his remarks are symptomatic of a broader critique of Major League Baseball trends or a uniquely pointed observation about the Dodgers. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds of opinion, with memes, opinion threads, and video clips circulating rapidly, amplifying the sense of scandal and heightening curiosity about how the Dodgers organization and Davis himself might respond, further blurring the lines between rumor, speculation, and confirmed fact. Meanwhile, the broader baseball community is weighing in, with veteran commentators, analysts, and former players offering varied interpretations of Joe Davis's remarks, further feeding the whirlwind of rumor and conjecture surrounding the Dodgers. Some argue that his words may reflect legitimate concerns about team management, roster depth, or in-game strategy, while others maintain that the critique is unfairly amplified by an audience eager for controversy. Industry insiders report that the situation is generating unexpected ripple effects across media coverage, influencing commentary on unrelated games, shaping fan discussions, and even potentially impacting the perception of upcoming Dodgers matchups. Amid this swirling storm, questions linger about the long-term consequences for Davis's relationship with the team and the league, particularly regarding access, interviews, and future broadcasting opportunities. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.